So, how many lives can one person really lead? Or maybe the better question is, how many identities can someone allegedly steal?
That's the core of it today, isn't it?
Yeah. Today, we're doing a deep dive into this pretty extraordinary collection of sources we've got about James Brandon Garretson and his alleged criminal activities.
Quite a stack of information.
It really is. And our mission here, yours and mine, is to pull out the most important bits, the key insights from this, well, frankly, sprawling file. We want to give you that shortcut to being really well informed on a case that is,
Yeah.
wow.
It's mind-boggling.
Exactly. We're talking a surprising range of allegations, right? Sophisticated identity theft, complex financial fraud, this unexpected connection to exotic animals.
Or Tiger King connection, yeah.
Right. And even some really concerning claims about government misconduct. It's shaping up to be a wild ride just based on what these sources describe.
What's fascinating to me looking through this isn't just the sheer breadth of the alleged activities, it's how Garretson purportedly exploited the very systems meant to protect us.
How so?
Well, you know, the ease of creating digital identities, maybe gaps in regulatory oversight, it seems like he turned these completely different areas into one big, sprawling, alleged enterprise.
It really is sprawling, and I think, what's crucial to get early on is how deep this alleged manipulation of identities goes.
Absolutely.
I mean, from the info we've pulled together, Garretson allegedly used multiple aliases, names like Justin Horner, Jackie Chan, Sam McCoy, James Woods.
Not just one or two, then.
No, several. But what really jumped out at me was finding screenshots of fake IDs, social security numbers, credit card info for these aliases, apparently right on his phone.
Wow.
It's almost like, he had this master key to a whole vault of false identities.
It really speaks to an almost industrial scale of operation, potentially. If you connect that to the bigger picture, it suggests a highly organized, systematic approach
Right.
to identity-based financial crime, not just isolated incidents here and there.
So specific examples.
Yeah, we'll take the Jackie Chan identity. That was reportedly used for a, get this, $45,000 credit application with Bank of America.
45,000. Okay.
And then the Sam McCoy identity. That's asserted to have been used for vehicle loans. One was for $46,860 from the Credit Union of Texas.
And they found documentation for this.
Allegedly, yes. Complete with fake pay stubs and Sam McCoy's name, too. It's all about leveraging these fake personas, it seems, for real-world assets.
And it didn't stop with just creating the identities, right? The sources talk about actual schemes, alleged co-conspirators.
Exactly. There are recordings mentioned, purportedly showing Garretson coaching someone called Mr. Woods on how to commit credit card fraud.
Coaching them, like step by step.
That's what the sources suggest, yeah. And then there's the whole jet ski scam thing.
Oh, right. I saw that. He allegedly took money up front.
Yeah, money up front for jet skis he apparently never delivered. One source even quotes Garretson saying he'd give back the money or the dealership.
Or the dealership. What does that even mean?
It's unclear, but definitely sounds ominous. And speaking of ominous, there's this really chilling detail mentioned.
Okay.
A recording where Garretson allegedly discussed killing Jeff Lowe.
Killing him. Why?
If Lowe didn't help him with some kind of Florida Keys jet ski business, it just shows a potentially really dark side to all these alleged dealings.
Wow. That's a whole other level.
That level of alleged planning, maybe coercion, even with those darker hints, it points to a calculated approach, doesn't it?
It really does.
We also see, according to the documents, the alleged use of a false identity to get an apartment in Las Vegas
Okay, and who is that for?
through a company called Tiger Liquidations, Inc. Apparently for Jeff Lowe and Lauren Love, maybe to hide them from law enforcement.
So using fake identities not just for money, but potentially for hiding people too.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
And the financial ties, they seem to spread out. There's an individual named Corey Kwang mentioned,
How's he connected?
linked to Garretson via insurance payments, a receipt for Progressive Insurance. And get this, in an email associated with Kwang, investigators reportedly found, well, the source calls it a laundry list.
A laundry list of what?
Names, birth dates, and social security numbers. Just a list.
Okay, laundry list might be an understatement then. The documents we looked at, they reveal a huge number of other names found with IDs or personal info on Garretson's phone.
A lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, just listen to some of these. Helen Marie Newman, Austin Lee Tafala, Frank Perez, Christopher Rump, John Marin, Kyle James Richardson,
Wow.
Faith Lovelace, Elizabeth Suzanne Roberts, Jeremiah Strunk, Michael Vaught, Joseph Estes, Abigail Gonzalez, Rebecca Villa, Chase Villa, John Staley.
It goes on.
That's more than a list. That's practically a database.
It really paints a picture of an incredibly broad and frankly concerning network.
And that alleged network, that whole web of financial manipulation, it actually brings us somewhere pretty surprising but equally disturbing.
What is that? Well, it's not just about financial fraud. The sources also dig into alleged Animal Welfare Act violations.
Ah, right. The Tiger King connection.
Exactly. Pulling us right into that world.
You know, what I found really striking there was that Garretson was reportedly already banned.
Banned from what?
From exhibiting tigers, even associating with them, because of previous Animal Welfare Act violations.
Okay, so this wasn't his first run-in.
Apparently not. The material talks about a history involving fatalities, fires, even semi-trucks allegedly housing starving animals. He was reportedly escorted out of Florida because of it.
Escorted out of the state. That's serious.
It is. And this pattern, you know, this alleged defiance, despite previous legal actions, it really makes you wonder about how effective these bans are.
And what it means for protecting, well, in this case, animals, vulnerable subjects.
Exactly.
Yeah, and despite that explicit ban you mentioned, the allegations didn't stop there.
Who else?
Well, continued involvement with tigers is alleged. Specifically, possessing 10 tigers with Joseph Maldonado. You know, the Joe Exotic.
Right. And trying to get a USDA license again.
Even attempts to get a USDA license, yes.
Ah.
It just begs the question, how does someone with that kind of alleged history manage to keep operating in this space? What does it say about maybe the oversight mechanisms?
Good question. And talk about provocative details. The documents state Garretson allegedly threatened to bring his animals to the National Mall.
The National Mall in D.C.
Yeah. If he wasn't given his license. His history was described in the source material as egregious. It's an almost unbelievable act of defiance, if true.
It really is. Okay, so we've got the alleged financial fraud, the identity theft network, the animal welfare issues. But there's another layer here, isn't there?
There is, and it's maybe the most unsettling.
Which is?
The sources also lay out some very serious allegations of government misconduct.
Government misconduct? How does that fit in?
Specifically, claims that a special agent, Matt Bryant, a federal agent who was investigating Garretson's associate, Joseph Maldonado, appears to have been potentially compromised by Garretson himself.
Compromised?
Yeah.
A federal agent? That's a huge claim.
It is. And beyond just the alleged actions, you have to think about the broader implications, right? When an investigating agent is potentially compromised in a case like this.
Absolutely. What did he allegedly do?
Well, the sources suggest Bryant allegedly used Garretson to selectively get information.
Selectively.
Yeah, and maybe even recorded calls with suspects without their knowledge using some kind of app, a Cherenbow app. And files were apparently deleted later.
Secret recordings. Deleted files. This sounds messy.
It gets messier. The document states Garretson's testimony was clearly perjurious.
Perjury. Under oath.
That's the claim. And that he admitted turning over only a handful of calls. But Bryant, the agent, was allegedly aware of this discrepancy.
Why would he be okay with that?
The suggestion is he needed specific evidence to, quote, get even with witnesses who weren't cooperating.
Wow. Okay, that raises serious questions. It brings up that crucial point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What happens when the very agencies meant to uphold the law are themselves implicated, even potentially, in the web of an investigation?
Exactly. It adds this deeply complex layer of intrigue and, frankly, concern to this whole deep dive. It could potentially undermine the whole integrity of the process.
And there was more. Right. Something about money from the show.
Yeah. The sources even highlight a claim that Garretson got $5,000 from the Tiger King producers for an interview.
Okay.
And that Agent Bryant was allegedly asking Mr. Lowe, Jeff Lowe, to give Garretson tiger cubs.
Asking a subject of an investigation to provide cubs to an informant who's also involved with animals he shouldn't be.
That's what the allegation suggests. It points to an entanglement that just seems, well, far beyond what you'd expect in a federal investigation.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
So it's quite a lot to take in when you try and connect all these different threads. Just to recap, we walk through these multiple interconnected layers of alleged criminal activity.
Yeah.
You've got the sophisticated identity theft sort of underpinning so much of it.
Yeah, the foundation.
But then the just blatant disregard alleged for animal welfare laws.
Despite previous bans.
Right. And then these deeply concerning allegations about government misconduct potentially weaving through it all.
And when you dissect complex information like this, you really see how these seemingly separate threads can actually form a really tight and pretty disturbing narrative.
Yeah.
It's not just about one individual, is it? It's about the vulnerabilities maybe in our financial systems, the challenges of enforcing regulations.
The animal welfare ones, for instance.
Exactly, and how even the institutions that are meant to protect us can face these unforeseen pressures, these alleged compromises.
Indeed. It really leaves you thinking, doesn't it, about how, in this world just drowning in data, the very tools that connect us could potentially be weaponized for elaborate fraud.
Right. And how things like the pursuit of fame or maybe alleged revenge could possibly corrupt even the actors you'd least expect within our legal systems.
So the final question for you listening, what really stands out to you when you think about this intersection? Personal information, financial systems, and these really surprising alleged motives, something to chew on?